Hi, everybody. We're here today with Coach Kelly, the coach of Tropical Spice on Ice. Kelly, how long have you been working with Tropical Spice on Ice?
We've been together with various team members over 30 years.
That's pretty amazing to have an adult team that's been going that long. So now, were you the original coach on this? Or?
I was not the original coach. Erica Amundsen started with us in 1999 in Nokomis, where there was a little rink, 100 by 60. And then when she retired, she had been working me in. I kind of took over and kept going. And we went to a big rink in Venice that bankrupted. And then we came to JP Igloo, what it was called at the time, to be here.
That's awesome.
And this rink has been here 23 years.
Okay, wow. So you had quite the history. Now, you said that you've had different team members. What's the longest team member that you've had? How long?
I'm going to say Marilyn Pagni. She is still currently a team member. She's 84 years old.
Oh, wow.
Wonderful person, shows up at all the practices and goes to all the competitions, skates individually in competition. Amazing. And many of our members do skate individually in competition. And it just piggybacks onto what our team stuff is.
That's fabulous. So you guys skate ISI, correct?
We do. We skate within the ISI program. Our skill levels are a real mixture, and so it makes us be more creative with the skating skills that we have, as opposed to trying to be competitive at higher levels.
Right.
And it also lets us have more fun and flexibility with the kinds of events we do.
That's nice. So there's a synchro option for anyone at any level, just about, right? If you can get up and stroke and maybe do some crossovers.
Correct. And the thing that happens with most team people when they think, oh, I'm not good enough, is they get in a shoulder hold or a hand hold for circles, and they realize that they have neighbors to help them.
Right.
And they get stronger.
And that's one of the great things about synchros, having those. And as a coach, that means you're kind of putting the strong ones and the weak ones in all the strategic places to help each other out,
right?
Yeah. So, now, what kind of skills do you want your skaters to have as a baseline to be able to join?
They have to be able to stop. They have to be able to stroke. A lot of our skating is forward skating. So we need flow, posture, a willingness to try and learn new things. And we've been very successful in the creativity aspect of doing different events that we can tailor to the skill levels that we have and still make it fun.
Yeah. You guys always have really fun, engaging programs, which is always nice.
We do. So, and to me, if it's not fun, no one wants to do it.
Right.
What are we going to wear, and what's our music, and then the enthusiasm builds, and then they try harder with the skating.
Oh, definitely. It's always more fun when you have a costume you like or music you like, and you can really get into it. Now, what events do you guys typically compete in as the team?
We compete in the ISI program in synchronized formation, and typically that's mostly forward skating. You still need to have shoulder hold lines, wheels, intersections, circle work, and one more, block. So you still have to have the 5 elements.
Right.
But in the formation event, it's typically forward skating. You may skate backwards, but you can't lift a foot off the ice.
Right. So like pumping and that kind of stuff.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So how many, you guys as a team just do the one event together, or do you do?
Right now we have 3 events.
Wow.
So, and we practice only one time a week on Thursdays.
Okay.
And so we have, in that hour, we go from event to event to event. So it's you say as you get older, you need to work your brain. Well, it's very mind working when we switch from different formations and different numbers, different musical counts.
Right.
And it's like, I'm lost. But we get over those moments.
Right. That's what the practices are for.
Yeah.
So every Thursday you guys are out there for an hour practicing all these events.
Yep.
Now, when you guys go to competitions, how far do you typically go with the team?
We just came back from Dallas, Texas.
That's awesome.
We have been to San Francisco twice. We've been to Salt Lake City. The next place we will go will be Orlando for the ISI Winter Classic,
Okay.
which is a big national event that includes skaters of all ages.
Right.
But we will compete with other adults.
That's very fun. And you said a lot of your skaters will go do the individual stuff too, so it's kind of nice to have that team camaraderie, your own cheering section.
Yep, everybody shows up for the individuals. So
that's really cool. Now, is there anything else you want to tell us about your team and what they're working on? Or
right now we're working on something called a pattern skate. The music is called Circle of Life. And we have these beautiful pink and blue kind of ballerina type outfits, and we skate with hula hoops.
Oh, how fun.
It is very fun. And the first time I brought the hula hoops out and everyone wanted to know what we were doing, they're spinning them on the ice. And they're spinning them, and it was just, I said, this isn't what we're going to do with these. So, but the pattern is we are all skating on a common circle, but all doing the same thing. So unison and pattern are two of the focuses.
Nice. Now, for any adults who are thinking, maybe I want to do synchro, it looks interesting, but it's kind of scary, what kind of advice would you give them?
We just got a new lady, actually. I reckon right before team on Thursdays, I teach an adult learn to skate class, and it's varied skill levels. The rink offers a try it free time. So I recommend they come to a Thursday class and do a tryout of the class, and then they also meet all the synchro people that come on after and see like, oh, I would like to do that.
Right.
So it's a good orientation just to have people see what we're doing.
That's a great one.
And then, of course, Lynne's got a great Facebook page for us.
Okay, good. So we'll put that link in there so people can kind of get to know your team a little better. So, well, we can't wait to see you guys skate in Orlando. I'm looking forward to seeing this new program that you guys are working on.
Yes, we also have another advantage. One of our Marge, one of our team people, sews. And we are right now doing a theme called Boots, and we're doing Boots Are Made for Walking and Boot Scoot Boogie and Forever in Blue Jeans in a synchro dance, and she made us boot covers.
Oh, how very cool.
So, yeah.
Now, how involved is the team in picking music or costumes and all that? Is that like a vote, or is that this is what we're doing for the year kind of thing? It's a hard thing when you have a team.
It is a hard thing. I think I've been very fortunate in knowing the team members, picking things that they, and a lot of times we'll pick a piece of music and we'll try it and just kind of listen to it and think, no, this is too slow or it's too serious, or and so it's somewhat of a group decision, but I usually, when I bring something out, have a pretty good idea of what I would like to do.
Right. Makes sense. You've got to have that, this is the plan.
Right.
Thing, so.
Yeah, it's like our rehearsal tonight for the adult holiday show. And I have 14 adults, and we're skating in ugly Christmas sweaters. And I found 2 songs about ugly Christmas sweaters.
Oh, nice.
So it came together, the theme and the costume.
That's awesome.
So.
Yeah, well, it's very exciting, and we love talking with you, and can't wait to see what's coming up next.
Okay, thank you so much, Amber.
Thank you so much, Kelly. All right.
All right, so right now we have with us Lynne Winderbaum, who is part of the Tropical Spice on Ice team from Ellenton. Hi, Lynne. Thanks for joining us.
Hi, Amber. It's my pleasure.
Now, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about when you first started skating. What made you want to start? Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, if you want to know when I really, really first started, I mean, that's just going back, I'm from New York, and back in the 1950s, ice skating was just a fun thing you did with your friends, but it wasn't really serious. And then I kind of stopped skating once I sort of, outgrew whatever the riding bikes and roller skates and ice skates and all that phase of life. My 10th wedding anniversary, we went up into the Catskill Mountains to a hotel that had a skating rink, and I started skating again, and I just never stopped after that. So that was probably like 40 years ago.
Oh, wow. Oh, very fun. Now, do you do it with your family, or was this something you just like to go out and do by yourself?
I ended up just doing it by myself. My husband was a great athlete. The only thing he could not do was ice skate. And it's cold up in New York in the winter. We skated outdoors. I ended up joining a club called the Bear Mountain Figure Skating Club. It's about, let's say about 20 miles north of Manhattan, and I just, it was just fun. Every Saturday and Sunday morning would be up there. My week would be ruined if I didn't go skating on the weekend. But if you want to catch up to the present time, I ended up ice dancing up there, and I took the tests and everything, and it was fun. That's basically what I wanted to do. When I moved to Florida, I thought, okay, I'll probably have to give up skating, but maybe I can continue to do that. But I'd seen the Ellenton rink, something about it on the Olympics in 2010 from Vancouver. They said that there were people that were, training there. And I said, I think that's over by where my daughter lives. So I went over there, and luckily that's where I found Kelly, and she invited me to come to the team practices. And that was back in 2012. I've been there ever since. It's a lot of fun.
Oh, how fun. Now, is this the first synchro team you've been on then?
Yeah, we played around with it up at my skating club in New York when we would do a year-end show, and we would do synchro. Oh, actually, that's right. And then I did it like briefly with a brand new group that became Ice Magic. Like now they're like a top-rated skating team. But when we started in the beginning, we were just like beginners that were, we weren't really competing. I think we did some shows. So it's not my first experience with synchro, but it wasn't my intention when I moved to Florida. I mean, I didn't even know the team existed. It was just lucky.
Well, I know we're very happy that you're on the team now. You travel with the team for competitions and all that, right?
Yeah.
So how long have you been competing with the team?
Since I joined the team in 2012, and then I missed the first few competitions. I was new, whatever. So I want to say probably about 10 years.
Okay, nice. So in that 10 years, what was your favorite program you've done so far?
Oh gosh, let's see.
I'm making you think.
We did some really cool ones.
You guys do.
My favorite, I love this, the Uptown Funk that we're doing now, but going back, we had an awesome number. It was a James Bond number, and we had these gold wings, and I really do think that was my favorite one that we ever did. But we've done a lot of good stuff because Kelly is a very creative choreographer, and she just always wants to change it up and think of new things. We can't, nothing really gets old.
Right. Yeah. What is your favorite thing about skating on the synchro team?
Well, the camaraderie is probably my favorite thing. Those women are just great. They're very nice people. They're good people. And I just think we really appreciate each other, which is a big part of it, because, you're not skating for yourself when you're on a sync team. You're kind of skating for each other. And I love that the most. I've just met a lot of good people that, and the team's changed over the 10 years. People have aged out, and then, we're a senior team, so folks get injuries and hips and knees and things. So the team has changed. Oh, and then COVID was a big blow because we did not practice for a year and a half. So when we came back to practice, a lot of people just weren't around anymore. I don't mean that they passed. I mean, that they just couldn't skate anymore. But and we got some new people on, and but still, you know, I think the camaraderie is my favorite part of it.
You guys also do pattern skate, Kelly was saying, and sometimes you'll do the like synchro dance and different things like that.
Yeah, she's in charge of knowing all the different categories, because, you know, honestly, there's different rules for different categories. There's things you're not allowed to do. And one of the, you know, we found out in Dallas that we had to cut down the time. We were, you know, like there's time limits and things like that. And so, yeah, we have a pattern skate. I kind of know what the rules are for that, you know, that you have to be in some kind of circle, and you can, you know, go in and out, you know, with the pattern. So, you know, that's like the basic structure of it. But then, of course, you know, we have our music and our costumes, and, you know, and then there's a dance one. You know, I'm not even sure which one of ours that is, but there's another one where you're allowed to use props, because in some of them you're not, you know, so that must be the production. I think the production one, but Kelly's really like on top of this stuff. But in the production one, you're allowed to use props. So we've had some, you know, crazy props actually over the years. And the dance one must be the Uptown Funk. And what else? What other category is there? There's pattern, there's dance, there's production, and I think there's something else. Because sometimes we've skated in this
formation or something.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, sometimes we've skated in 4 events. This time I think we're gonna do 3 in Orlando. It's fun. It's fun. Believe me, it is just. Well, I hope, you know, I don't know how long I'll be able to keep doing it, but so far I can keep doing it, you know.
Fabulous, yeah.
I'm 74.
Oh, well, hey, you're still young, you know. My
Hey man,
dad's
as long
in
as
his
I can get out
80s,
there,
so.
you know, ice preserves. It was an old coach who used to say that up in New Jersey. He's like, ice preserves, he used to tell me, ice preserves.
Right, yeah, it's like cryogenics or something. That's what I
Yeah,
was
maybe, it's fine. I should be spending more time out there in the freezing cold rink.
Most people move to Florida and they try to avoid the cold and ice. You went and found it. So.
Hey man, let me tell you, there's nothing better we had a brutal summer. I don't know where you live, but we had a brutal summer. And when it's 95 degrees and humid, I get to go to some place where I'm putting on long pants and gloves and a jacket. And it's like, you know, I think it's really smart.
Oh yeah, that was always my favorite, summer skating, because you can go, you freeze, and if you really need to, you go get in the car and it warms you up and you're like, okay, see, I'm at that nice happy medium.
And everybody else complaining about the heat. Oh, isn't it so hot? I said, I don't know. Where I spent the day. You wish you were there. I had gloves, jacket. Anyway, no, it's fun. It's awesome. It's just a really nice part of my life. And I really felt when I moved to Florida, I would have to give it up. I had no idea that skating was popular down here. And I think the first 2 years I lived here, Ellenton sponsored the Florida State Games for ice skating. So of course, you know, the team volunteered to do all the things that volunteers have to do at those events. And kids came from all over Florida. And I said, I had no idea that skating was so popular. I knew hockey. I mean, I know, you know, in Tampa Bay, they love their Lightning and the boys play hockey, but I had no idea that in general figure skating was a thing in Florida. I'm still astonished, but it is, it definitely is. So I was very lucky to, you know, fall into what I fell into. So long live tropical spice on ice.
Yes, I love that.
We have Marilyn Pagni with the Tropical Spice on Ice team. Thank you for joining us, Marilyn, and chatting with us today.
You're welcome.
So I wanted to ask you a little bit about when you very first started skating. Can you tell us when that was?
It was actually in 2005 when I got on the team, but it was a little before that I actually started skating. And the reason I did is because they built this rink shortly after we moved to Florida. And I was taking exercise classes upstairs in the gym, and 3 of the girls that were in exercise class were also members of the team, and they kept after me, saying, "You would love it. You should come. You should join us. We had so much fun." So I finally did, and the first day that I put on the rental skates and stepped on the ice, I fell on my butt right off the bat.
Nice.
But I continued doing it for a while. I was a little frustrated, thinking I'm never going to be able to do this.
Mm-hmm.
Then when the girls that talked me into coming, her sister happened to be the coach of the team.
Okay.
And she told me that if I was really interested in learning, that I needed to get regular ice skates with blades that were sharpened for me and take lessons.
Right.
So I did that. And a couple years later, I was on the team.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Now, when you started the team, aside from them just kind of coaxing you on, was there anything else that kind of made you think, yeah, that's what I want to do? Had you seen them skate, or?
I did see them skating, and as I was watching when I first started, I thought, oh, you know, there is no way in the world I'm ever going to be able to do what they're doing.
Right.
But just a few years of practice and lessons and so on, and the more I did it, the more I liked it. And when I went to my first competition and competed with the little kids and won 2 gold medals, that was it. I was done. I was in.
Now, when you did that first competition, you said you skated with the little kids. What event did you do?
Stroking. And one of the other very beginner classifications, I can't even think what the name of it is right now. But I won gold medals in both of them. But I was skating with the little kids with my knees shaking like crazy. But when I got the gold medals, I thought, this is it. I love it. I'm going to do this.
That's awesome. Now, do you continue to skate solo as well as synchro?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I ended up really liking doing individual events.
Mm-hmm.
And quite often in competitions, I would do 4 or 5 individual events plus the team event. So,
That's amazing.
yeah.
Now, what keeps you going on the team? What do you like about synchro?
Oh my goodness, where can I start? First of all, I love my team members. We have such a good time together.
Mm-hmm.
I just love being on the ice, and Coach Kelly is absolutely amazing.
Right.
She is the anchor of this whole team. She's kept us together through thick and thin over the years with all kinds of problems that came up, and she's amazing.
That's amazing. So, now, obviously, a lot of adults are afraid to do skating because they're afraid of injuries and stuff, and falling happens in all sports. What kind of things do you do to kind of prevent or help you from getting injured? Do you do a special warm-up routine? Do you wear pads?
I do not wear pads. I do wear a thing around my head.
Mm-hmm.
And I have had some falls. There's no doubt about that. Everybody does. And I've had a few injuries over the years, but it just becomes part of being on the ice.
Right.
And you do exercises and try to keep your legs strong and just go with the flow.
That's amazing. Well, we're really glad that you do keep going with the flow because it's so much fun to watch you guys on the ice. Do you have a favorite program that you've done over the years with the synchro team?
I don't know that I can actually pick out a favorite. We've done so many things that just are so amazing. Mm-hmm. We love them all. There are a few that probably were not our favorites, but
right.
We did one major one that took a lot of props.
Oh, yeah?
It's called South Pacific.
Oh, yes.
And we did have a lot of fun with that one. It was a lot of work and a lot of props, but it was a lot of fun. So.
Is that the one you took to San Francisco, I think, the adult world?
Yes.
I think I remember that one.
Was.
Yeah.
And it was amazing how we got all the props there.
Right.
Once again, Kelly.
Right, yeah. Now, you do a lot of traveling with the team, correct?
Yes.
So where all have you traveled with the team?
Oh, my goodness. My 2 favorite places were probably Lake Placid, New York,
Okay, yeah.
and Lake Tahoe.
Oh, yeah.
But we've also been to San Francisco and Las Vegas and Dallas and Texas and New York and Boston. We've been so many different places. It's just been amazing.
That's amazing, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, as a solo skater, do you have a favorite skate program that you've done over the years?
I probably had a lot of favorites. I can't think of just one that would stand out as the favorite.
Right.
Yeah.
Nice. Is there anything else that you wanted to tell us about synchro, about your skating, or skating in general?
It is just it is the best thing I ever did for myself. And I am 84 years old now, and I can't do all the things that I used to do. I'm definitely cranking down. But it has absolutely been the best thing I ever did for myself, and I give so much credit to Coach Kelly because she has kept this team together through thick and thin, and she is the most amazing coach.
That's fabulous.
She is so patient with all of us, and she knows whenever you have a lesson with her, and she has many people that she gives lessons to, but she knows when she's with you exactly what your music is, where you are, what you need help with. Totally amazing.
That's fabulous. Well, thank you so much for your time. We really appreciated it.
Okay, no
and
problem.
happy skating.
Okay, thank you.